Well, in this budget, I'm expecting the usual round of minor tax tweaks on things that you might consider unhealthy practices. So, tobacco is an obvious one that the government's been taxing for a long time, alcohol, and also nowadays the government wants to put a tax on sugary drinks, in part to offset the perceived health costs of such things. So, I'm expecting to see things like that. I think there's probably going to be the announcements of some infrastructure projects. Whether they will ultimately come about is sometimes less clear, because with infrastructure such things can take time, and so projects like that can be amended later on. But it would be nice if the high-speed train line across the north of England from the east to the west coast could be brought forward, or maybe even reinstituted. Well, the top three things in Philip Hanman's intro are going to be more political, I would think, than maybe economic. The NHS is an obvious thing which is in the headlines. There's been something of a crisis in health and social care. The funding of that is arguably not as much as is needed. We do have an ageing population, and really that in some ways that's a healthy sign. People are living longer. I don't think many would argue that that's a bad thing. And the third thing, if I was the Chancellor, he may not actually address this, but I would be considering our military. We live in a world which is increasingly uncertain, and we need, as a part of our NATO commitments, to give 2% of our GDP into our defence budget. I'd probably consider increasing that. But I expect there to be a move towards reducing corporation tax, making, as they say, the UK more competitive.